All right, here we are again, our double header. We were on live earlier at noon today with Linda Joseph, and now we are on with the lovely Ann Sieg. And I've been watching this lady for years. I have to tell you guys, she probably doesn't even know it, but I am, first of all, super blessed, super honored to have the speakers that we do at this conference. When I asked them, all of them, they didn't have to think about it. They just said an immediate yes, which, it just melts my heart somewhat just because, I have people that I admire, I have people that I want to bring on. SimplezonSeller is a tender conference for me to where I love to put it on. And it's mostly in my heart to help people just because I know in this industry, I had help when I first started, and I knew one day I'm going to be in the position that I'm going to want to give back. And that's what's happening. And so this lady, like I say, if you guys do not follow her, check out her name, follow her, do what she does because, e-commerce, Amazon stuff. I mean, like I say, she is all over Facebook. I see her sponsored ad. She's queen of so many things. And that's one of the reasons I was so honored when she, agreed to speak at our conference to share with you guys. And so I'm sure she has many things that she does and many talents talked about very well amongst the Amazon community. And so I'm honored again, like I say, to have you, Ann. And so I wanted to, let other people, I want you to introduce yourself, kind of tell a little bit of how you got started, kind of what you're doing, how you ended up where you are, how many years you've been doing this. So.
Sure. Yeah. Well, thanks for inviting me. And it's an honor and privilege to be a part of your event. I'm excited to be there, meet the attendees, network with people, and I really want to network with the speakers as well. So I'm really looking forward to that because there's always something new to learn.
Absolutely.
It's a fast-moving, progressive space. My background in terms of the e-commerce space, actually my two sons, and this goes back quite a ways, I homeschooled for 12 years. So I had the ability to structure an environment that was conducive to my entrepreneurial bent. And so I encouraged my sons to do business. And it really took off mostly with my eldest when he was in high school. And so he did multiple businesses in high school. And I said, I don't know if you're going to succeed or not, but I do know you will learn something. So anyways, he got into an eBay business. And I hate to say this, but this is about 20 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's some time.
That is dating myself. So my eldest decided to do an eBay store and then said, hey, Mom, I'm going to have Robert do this with me, the next brother down, 4 years younger. And so they had an eBay business selling Lord of the Rings swords and whatnot. The curious thing about that is then my eldest son became my business partner in the online marketing space for 10 years. And we did some really, really big things together in a different niche, actually, the very first niche that I was in when I came online in 2005. But my middle son is now a sourcing agent in China. So wow. It's kind of interesting, those
awesome
foundations. But moving fast forward is I did direct sales for a number of years, and I really love the sales process. I enjoy it thoroughly. And so it was really when I got challenged with the more old school methods, if you will. And I came online in 2004 to learn some new methods, primarily online marketing. And so I just got into training mode, and then my son and I partnered up, and then we launched my brand, The Renegade is what it's called, for direct salespeople who, rather than feeling desperate and awkward, trying to chase people, recruiting them into their deal, I taught them an entirely different method, which I really stand behind. And now they serve beautifully over in the e-commerce space, especially when people start to build their own brand and store. So I did that in a really big, prolific way with my 3 books that I authored, which are basically business primers on how to market yourself online. And my primary expertise is sales funnels. But I shifted into Amazon, or I should say e-commerce in general, 5 years ago. And here's why. Number one, advertising platforms do not like network marketers. So that definitely factored into it. And I had a full-blown training platform at that time, teaching people how to build sales funnels, etc. But I got introduced into e-commerce kind of by incident, back again, previous to my son's experience. And it was through one of my, he's actually one of my head coaches in my program. And he said, Ann, I'm making money with it really fast. I showed it to my husband, who was a complete non-techie, total non-techie. He said, that looks like fun. And he started making money right away. And when I saw that, I thought, you know, it takes time to build sales funnels and learn how to do that. It's a tough skill set to master. Let me just get my people exposed to e-commerce. And they just flew, because they had already been learning some online skill sets like how to write ad copy and stuff like that. And that's when I made my shift, was 5 years ago.
Wow. I love that word that you use, shift, because that happens a lot. And I think that, you know, in life, when we have our shift, whether it's in our business or personal life, I don't know, it's just, we know when we're supposed to be doing whatever it is that we're doing. So, and I love, because this afternoon, we talked to Linda, and she had the same thing as far as starting a business with her daughter. And so here you are talking about your son, and it makes me super happy, because I love hearing, you know, people doing business with their family. My daughter, when I first started, I had, 2 daughters that were helping with sourcing. And then I had, you know, my other daughter with her husband, helping with packing and shipping. That was what once I outsourced that, my life just changed. And so that was kind of cool too. So, how cool to hear your story and to hear, like, now your son being a sourcing agent in China. And for those who are newbies or are not familiar that are on this call with Amazon, you know, like I sell, you know, I go to China. I've been to China probably 3 times now, and you can find products in China when you go there, you know, that you can actually, what they call private label, make your own, sell it on Amazon, sell it on Shopify stores, eBay, whatever. And to be a sourcing agent, does he do that for just your group that you have, or he's open to other people, or anybody that wants to use him, or just for your group?
Well, no, it's definitely not confined to my group, because he actually works for his boss. Okay. Yeah, so it's a company, and he is an American-born, his boss. He's from Iowa, which is a huge advantage when you're dealing with business in China. And my son we teach the cultural aspect of it, and it's very significant, because it is true, if you don't know what you're doing, you can have some really bad,
terrible experiences.
Let's just say it for what it is. And you need something that's called guanxi, and guanxi means these trust-based relationships. So my son has been through over 100 factories throughout China, and then also over in not Taiwan,
Shanghai, or
Hong Kong.
Okay.
Yeah. And so we've done sourcing trips to China with our group. And so, no, he's not exclusive. I would just put this caveat in, is that he does, it's preferable if people are doing volume, because it's really a lot of logistics when it's small sellers who are doing their small little orders. It's not very amenable for sourcing from China. So the caveat is they need to be doing bigger volume.
For sure.
Definitely is what works best for him in his situation. But he's written a manual for us, a training manual, so that it's so important people get some good grounding and education before it sounds so glamorous and, wow, let me go to China and source products. But you really do need to have a foundation of understanding on a few different levels. So
absolutely. And so I'm about to put your, while you're talking, there's a membership site, I guess, that you have. And if you want to talk a little bit about that, then I can let people see a link in the comments, because I think it's wonderful. Like I say, guys, I have been following Ann for quite some time, and I didn't know exactly what she did. I just knew she was very inspirational every time I saw her. And she has a group where she gives out some incredible value. What's your Facebook group name? Is there a free group, or do you have to be a member?
There is a page, E-commerce Business School. We have a page and a group. So if you go to the page, there's loads and loads. There must be 100 different videos on there. And then there's a free group, and there's also a free membership called joinebs.com. It's E-commerce Business School. So joinebs.com. And people have a couple different options. One is the cash flow method, and the other is you're going for the asset-based business.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to put that there. And guys, this is what I love too, is, there's a lot of great information out there, But whenever you have some free information that can kind of get you started, and that's one thing I love about Ann, is just so much value. And, you know, that's the kind of stuff that I love, you know, and, you know, if you want to have more advanced stuff or you want to, you know, go further, then you can in her group. And so while I'm looking for your link to post in the group, which you just said, so they can see, why don't you tell us a little bit about, I know we won't be able to share everything and don't want to share everything that's going to be shared on stage. Mm-hmm. But guys, you remember we are having our live event in April, which is in a few weeks, April 4th through the 6th, right here in Houston. If you are local or in any surrounding town, it is a complete no-brainer. If you want to begin an e-commerce business and then some, there's going to be people speaking about increasing your Facebook groups, you know, to increase your audiences, to get off of Amazon on other platforms such as Shopify. And we have some amazing, incredible speakers. And we've actually decided to include a payment plan. It is not on the event site quite yet. We are having them work on that. But if you are watching this, you can post in the comments or private message me or Ann, if you're in Ann's group, and let her know, hey, I'm interested. And, you know, let me know how I get on a payment plan. We're going to be able to break it up in 3 payments for you, just because we know there's so much value. And especially if you're local and you can just drive here within, you know, Dallas, San Antonio, Austin. You can also fly. Houston has 2 airports, usually very cheap to come to. So I'm going to put your link that they can get right there. That's the link that you guys can go to buy the tickets to the event. But why don't you, Ann, while I'm going to find your link for your membership site, like I say, post it, but tell us a little bit what you're going to, you know, share with us, that, you know, some of your expert nuggets that you can share with them.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned about people who maybe are evaluating for e-commerce for the first time. And I just want to say that's very, very generous of you, Joy, to allow a payment plan to come to an event. And I know the tickets are very reasonably priced already. I'm a firm believer that to succeed in business is to invest in it. My youngest son, he's going full bore in his entrepreneurial path. And the more, it's just my thought on it, truly. When you invest, you put skin in the game, it makes you more committed to the decision of actually executing with what you learn. So I just wanted to put a plug in that way. So I'm really impressed that you're giving a payment plan. So what I plan to talk about is how to take advantage of the world's biggest funnel. And I use that term funnel, and I think a lot of people don't realize what that means. But a funnel is a system that you set up in place to draw and attract business to yourself. And so I've been teaching that for about 15 years. And it's a lot of work to do that for your own sales funnel. And that's why it's so important that you leverage an existing sales funnel. But what's really, and that's Amazon.com, by the way, let me remove the mystery on that. I think only what could contend with that, I don't know, Taobao over in China, they, you know, WeChat alone, the volume, Joy, you've been to China, so you know, their sheer volume exceeds ours. But the strength of the sales funnel that Jeff Bezos has created through Amazon.com that I don't believe Taobao has over in China, and that is Amazon Prime. Makes it this just gorgeous, glorious sales platform that we get to leverage as Amazon sellers. And that is how Jeff Bezos brilliantly designed it. And Walmart's trying to, you know, fulfillment by Walmart. Well, they got a long ways to go.
They sure do. Very long.
I've checked it out, and I'm only 9 miles away from Bentonville, the home of Walmart. But all to say, what's really important is that you use Amazon wisely, in that I have a long history of working online. And there are where Amazon can be your friend and where Amazon can be your foe, so to speak. And so it's really important that you come in very knowledgeable about what role Amazon is going to play in your business and how to best take advantage of it for a bigger game. And I will always advocate for a bigger game. Not that everyone will move to that bigger game, because it takes more investment, dedication. So I'm talking, for example, if you start to go multi-channel, which of course I'm going to recommend, because you never want to lean into one resource. But so I'm going to zoom out from the Amazon ecosystem and really teach people how to look at this system in a smart, savvy business way. I've used Google AdWords platform to grow a massively large business. I've used Facebook. And let me just tell you, there are always hazards behind leaning, putting all your weight heavily into one platform. My friends, I'll share with you why you don't want to do that. And I'll show you and teach you how to better position yourself. And it's going to take strategy and it's going to take effort. But if you really want to build a business for the long term, this is must-have knowledge to secure yourself. So that's what I'm going to dive into while we're together in Houston.
I'm excited to hear it. And what's awesome is, SimplezonSeller is known as a conference that basically is such as what you're saying. And that is, I preach it, I do it myself, where don't take your focus off about what you're doing, but basically don't put all your eggs in one basket either, because we just never know.
That's right.
Amazon at one point can say, you know what, I don't like this product you're buying, and boom, while they're investigating it, can shut you down for, 2-3 weeks, and it happens. Even they don't care if you are $1 million seller.
That's right.
They will shut down your account to review whatever it is that they want to. And so, I don't personally want to just rely my whole have my whole complete business rely on that. So I sell on Shopify, I sell on Etsy, I sell on different platforms, and I do different things that can help me to, not have all my eggs in one basket. Now, like I say, not to take away focus, that there's a big difference between saying, the shiny object syndrome that we have as entrepreneurs, where we're doing Amazon with, look at this over here, let me start creating mobile apps, and it's okay to do that. But I have and so does Anne, I'm sure, has outsourcers, virtual assistants that have, help us so that we can, focus on the things that we do best. And we're able to say, okay, if we're doing say print on demand or whatever, they're creating the shirts, uploading it for us. At least that's what mine do. And over here, and I'm not even touching that business. So remember, as you hear this, and you'll hear it at the conference as well, and that is, don't take your focus away. Just, basically focus on your business, the different business platforms that you can be doing business on. And Anne is a great example of that. And I cannot wait to hear what she's going to be sharing, with the best funnel that she just talked about. And the link underneath us is the link that you can join to come to the conference. Again, if you are watching this on replay, you can hit, hashtag replay, and you can ask, you can private message me or Anne and just say, hey, Joy talked about a payment plan and I would like to know. Because here's the thing, we did not offer a payment plan before. And, this year, there's so many people that say, I really want to come, but this is what I can do. And believe me, we have all been there. And we have all been there to where we're like, I want to get this, but if I could just get it at, say $70 a month or whatever it is over 3 months, I could do it. And so I want this to be, something that helps people. This is going to help so many people. And if the only thing that's getting in your way, if you could just get a little bit of a break to say, please help this to be more doable for me, and that's what we decided to do last minute. And so we hope that some of you take, or a lot of you, because it's, there's only so many seats. This is a very intimate event. We only can hold, including our speakers, 100 to 120 people in the room, because it's a fire hazard. And, we like to keep our event intimate and small so that you get to rub shoulders with people like Anne. And I say this every single time. There are so many amazing speakers, yes, but the attendees also that you are able to meet and greet and eat lunch and dinner with and pick their brain, and they can pick your brain. It's invaluable. And so, we encourage you, to do so. And time is running out before you won't have that opportunity anymore. Do you have anything that you want to, if they buy through your link, Ann, that you want to offer? No pressure. We talk about this, and I forget to remind, but some people have offered, an ebook or 15 minutes at the event or whatever that
Yeah, I would happily meet with
we
people.
Can post it later.
Well, I strongly believe in there's not a one size fits all. And I do want to encourage people, if you're saying people may not be able to afford and they have to spread it out, hands down, you can start at a very simple level and make money pretty darn fast on Amazon. I've seen it over and over. So I just want to put that in as a word of encouragement to people. It's not where you're going to be left out in the cold. There are methods that are really simple, fast, and easy. I just want to say that. But I would love to spend time with people. If my expertise is being able to hear where a person is at with their situation, their dynamics, and make the best recommendation, the path for them, because a lot of times people don't get that kind of guidance. So I'm more than happy to meet with people while we're there to help you with that, because you're going to hear a whole smattering of training. The question is, which one is best for you at this time?
Absolutely.
And putting a strategy in place where you can ascend and not have it come, flying at you as a shooting star, or what do you call it? A shiny object, I should say, shiny object, and you're taking off your path. That needn't be. It doesn't need to be. You can structure out a path. I can quickly determine that and map that out for you to make the best recommend. It's not this. I've done it many, many times over, because it's not the same advice for everybody by any means. It really depends on a number of factors. So I really enjoy that process, and it's really to play into your strengths as well. So that's customized. Perfect. I could just give a this or a that, but I really think that customized conversation would be very helpful.
Oh man, that is gold. I wish I had that when I first began. And so what's really cool about, and we're coming on the close here, but one thing I wanted to add before we let you all go is one thing different that we're doing at this conference as opposed to last year is actually what Anne is going to offer you, like a mini version as a bonus, but we have what's called VIP sessions, and they can be done on the spot at the conference, like before, during, after, like maybe you want 20 minutes or so time. You'll see it on the website, but basically we have 2 extra rooms rented in the hotel on the bottom floor, and we'll have little tables that are set up for, the different people. And basically you can book on site or before the conference a special VIP session with any of our speakers. You might hear Anne speak and say, man, I really loved what that she said. I wish I could get a little bit more of that. This is what happened last year, and I wish that we had this last year. And so if you don't have the time to do it at the conference, it's something that like Anne and all the rest of the speakers will be able to help you with after the conference. So I admonish you to try and do it live at the conference. Anne's already giving you guys a bonus by being there and doing like a however long it takes 15-minute evaluation of your business. That alone, guys, come on. I mean, think about the time that she has and the, her credibility and her awesome group, which my thing wouldn't let me post. So after this live, I will post it in the comments, her group that she has, and she serves her community so well. And so, Anne, I thank you so much for your time. We know it's super valuable. And those who are listening live or on the replay, we know your time is super valuable as well. And we always thank you for joining us. We're here to share information. We hope to see you guys in Houston. It's going to be an incredible event. It's at this link underneath us. Just copy and paste it in your browser. It will take you to SimplezonSeller, our event page. You can read all about it. The payment plan is not on there again, but we will offer it to you guys. So again, thanks for coming. Thanks for listening. Thanks, Anne. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Take
See you
care.
in Houston.
All right. See you in Houston.
Bye.
Bye.